Yesterday at the show, we did many things for the first time at our club. For the first time ever. We tried to combine hunting rules with the RKF rules and to try to understand whether it's possible or not to see working qualities of the dogs together with conformity and to give complex evaluation. How do you think, is it a perspective or is it possible to do such shows or maybe it's too difficult, too complicated?
Horst.
I think it's absolutely possible, and this is also absolutely positive for our breeds when we combine the hunting situation and the show situation. That tell us that we still have a hunting dog. They are a breed, what is breed for hunting. And so all activities to bring our hunting situation in the point of view from the normal people is absolutely positive.
And Cesare, what do you think?
I totally agree, Horst, and because in such a system people can better understand that Dachshund is an underground hunting dog, and the possibility to combine trials and beauty is perfect.
And also I think for the people, the owners, it's very interesting that her work with the dog is come more positive over to the show people, and that she not only work in the forest alone or under Fuchsbau, and therefore I think it's an absolute positive idea to do this in the future.
And what was done wrong and what did you like yesterday?
What I liked first was not so much dogs, so we had a lot of time to work out all the positive and negative points, and the show runs very well. A little bit the problem was when we have finished the show, the long time to get the results from the hunting side, and I think on this position you can to do it when you do it next time and make it a little bit better.
To do it beforehand, maybe.
Yeah.
And Cesare, what would you say?
Yes, you have to improve the system to manage this bonitation. And the system may be that you have to work before the show, not
with points, yeah.
Yes, with points, counting points, and doing all the works before to have more time and maybe to have the possibility to judge more dogs.
Yeah.
And yesterday one more point was a new one for us. It was open critic. It's also the tradition of hunting shows, and we tried to take it. And I would like to hear your opinion about how it was. Was it easy to you, for you to judge with open critic, Cesare?
Yes, I totally agree. Not a problem for me, and not a problem for everybody, I think. But better that exhibitor know it in advance before the show. If they know that they will have open critics and open classification and open, it's a nice idea. Even when German Shepherd judges, they used to do open critics, and it's good even for this bonitation.
Yes, this form with the open critics we use in Germany since I are in the game, more than 40 years, and I think it's very positive, especially for the beginners, when they hear the critique. They can direct look to the dog and to find the points, but the judge say this is good or this is sufficient or this it's excellent, and she can train her eyes for to see the dog in generally, and how it comes more over how the judge see a dog. Many people mean you go around on a dog and look to find any faults. And this is absolutely not true. First you have to see the dog in generally, and the type and the color and whatever, but you see on the first view, and later on you go over the dog. And it's not our part to only to find faults. We have more to see the positive points and bring this together with all other points to find the note for the dog.
And
Another point, and I'm sure that open critiques are better when you do them while you are looking at the dog, because doing so, exhibitor can understand what are you looking at and what are you saying about that point. Not necessarily a fault, but about that point. It's very interesting.
And it was interesting to hear yesterday that even when you were giving good or very good, you were saying much more, mentioning much more positive moments than faults. So really, you're right, Mr. Kliebenstein, that first you are saying about qualities, and only after that, even for the dogs to whom you are giving good, and only after that you are talking about faults. And this is also, I think this is also an important educational moment.
Yeah, but when you tell the people first the positive points, that they see and hear that you are interested to find the good things on the dog, but later on you say, okay, but I cannot give excellent why we have this and this. And when we have a catalog in the faults, what we say are when the dog have this problem, this is so serious problem, we can no more give a very good, we must give a good, or when are missing more teeth than in the standard is allowed, we must disqualify him, or when he have a wrong bite. But when we give an open critique, all the people know why we now disqualify the dog, or why we give him excellent or good. And I think this bring us, the judges and the owners, more together, while they more understand what we do. So I think this can be helpful for the people on the shows.
The work together of the work of breeders and judges, and this is I think it's also a very important part and a very important side of everything that we are doing together with the breed. And in this sense, such shows can be something like seminars for future judges and for the breeders too. What do you think about it? Yeah? Absolutely.
When there are beginner judges or judges what comes from other breeds, what are group judges or all-round judges, and are not so sure in the breed, and they sit outside and hear the comments and can look on the dogs what you mean, and then they understand much better what we like, and then perhaps we can have more success by group judges and for our breed when they judge them.
And the methodics of your judgment, because for example yesterday when I was translating for Cesare, I saw that he said no word on the table, only in movement. Are you also always doing so?
Yes, usually I always judge dachshund in movement. Someone doesn't agree, but I usually judge in movement. I look at the dogs and stand, of course, in every part of them, but the real judgments are in movement. Looking at the top line and looking the movement at the rear, the push of the rear, the shoulder in movement. This is for me the correct way to judge a dachshund.
I like on the table to say anything to the form of the eye color.
Yes.
This is what I have much more near at the moment then. or the structure from the hair and the hair quality, but all the others, I absolutely agree with you. You can only see by movement.
Okay, on the table you can check everything. Measure first of all, teeth and so on. But in movement.
Why we have most time when we give critics, critics, we are so short in time. We have learned to give the first comment on the table direct to the secretary, that we share some time, that we are able to judge more dogs. And so when you have learned the system, you know you always use it.
Yes, it's useful. And moving not only one round.
Yes, yesterday they moved and moved and moved.
Not so much. No, it's the enough part to understand, not more. And not less.
Yeah, we have unfortunately colleagues. They mean a dog must only run 1 or 2 rounds and then it's enough. Many things you see only when the dog is by big shows, and you have in the final, let me say, 15 excellent dogs, and you have to make by this high quality the choice for the first 4. When they move longer, you see the stability in the back and all this. You only see when they move long enough. 1 round can each dog move, but later on you see more and more and more the quality. And therefore it's not understandable when some judges say they must only move up and down, and then it's I see what I like. This is not possible, I think.
Yes, I agree, totally.
Thank you very much to both, and thank you for taking part in all our experiments, and thank you for yesterday. And I hope that we will continue with this idea, with this combined show. And again, thanks for the start.
Thank you very much.
For letting us start.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for to invite us for this first time to do the show in this form. And I hope you do it again and make it, improve it. Why we have really a lot to do to bring the working dogs and the show dogs together. And when we see how high the quality from the working dogs is today, then we can see that we are on the right way. Let me say any words to the history. 25 years ago, between the working dogs and the show dogs was a big difference. The working dogs was sometimes only dogs with the quality good or sufficient, and this have changed completely now. We have excellent working dogs, excellent looking working dogs. They are excellent, they win some titles, and this is what we like. The excellent looking Dachshund, what is able to work.
Harmony in Dachshunds.
Thank you very much, even from me, and please let me know your improvement. because they could be interesting even in my country.
Okay.
Yes, they could be very interesting, and thank you very much for your hospitality. You are very super, always.
Like ever.
Yes.
Okay.